Something we do a lot of here are these ceramic tile coasters. This is an example here. And all this is a wall tile you would buy from your home store, whether it be Menards, Lowe's, Home Depot, one of those places. We laser engrave different designs on them, and then we put a cork back on it like so. And then we also make a cutout coaster holder, laser cut. Subjects of other videos. There's other videos on doing that. One of the things I do with every one of my lasers is I run a test. And you need to do this with, doesn't matter what brand laser you have, you need to test your material. So I do a test like this, which will give me the opportunity to be able to choose the proper speed and power to get the nice black look like this. And the Longer Nano Pro, that's what I got sitting here in front of me, is ideally suited for doing coasters because it has a small work area. You're looking at 4 by 4 inches roughly. One of these tiles are actually 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, I believe, if I remember right. Yes, but they're still called a 4-inch tile. And you don't want to engrave right out to the edges anyway, because the edges have a little curve and you'll get a fall off there, so it won't look so good. So what I've got here is a tile, and it has 2 light coats of Rustoleum Matte White on it. And it has dried more than overnight, because we do a lot of these at once. I actually spray them with a spray gun. So after I do the engraving on this or run this tile test, I will put acetone on here and take off the paint, and then I'll have this pattern to be able to choose my best settings for a coaster. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to make some coasters on the Nano Pro. Now, you use the same type of thing if you're doing slate. You need to run a test grid, a test pattern to get figure out what your best speed and power is going to be to get the best color. So I'll get you in here close. I'll show you how we're going to set this up. Yeah, I've got my tiles sitting on there, so what I need to do first is focus this. So push the little thing here, turn the red LED on, and hopefully you can see that they're not quite together, so I need to move this down a little bit until they converge. Oh, went too far. So there we have perfect focus. Turn that LED back off. I have my test grid loaded in here. It's the Norton Method tile test pattern. You can find that all over the internet. So I'm going to frame this first. Okay, I don't have the shield on here because I personally find it to be a little bit cumbersome. But we're going to do this without the shield. I've got it pretty square. There we go. Don't forget to in Lightburn to click on switch covering mode so you get into the right mode there. Then I can frame this here to make sure we're going to be on the tile. I shrunk the pattern down just a little bit so I didn't end up on the roll off on the edges, but this will work just fine. Okay, so again, I don't use the shield on here. I personally find it a little bit cumbersome. If you were doing this anywhere out in public, you definitely want to have the shield on there. But I have my goggles on, so we're going to hit start here. And how long does this take to run? It takes 59 minutes and 12 seconds. It takes it a while to run. And away we go. I'm obviously not going to record the entire time it takes to do this, but you're going to kind of get the idea. We'll check back on it every so often. Okay, so there's a finished tile. All I need to do is strip the paint off of it, and then I'll go over what the settings will need to be for a engraved tile. So here's a tile after cleaning the paint off of it, and got some on my hands. But what we're looking for here is what speed, which is this column here, and what power, which is this row here, gives us the best and darkest look. So I've got 2 on here that I would choose, either 1,000 millimeters per minute at 70% power, or 750 millimeters per minute at 60% power. They are giving me the blackest look to it. to give you the best contrast. Okay, what we're going to be making here is a just to do a quick one. It's we're close to Halloween here, so I'm going to do a witch with a broom and a cat. It's quick engrave, about 15 minutes, and I'm using 1,000 millimeters per minute at 70% power. We'll get this in carving mode here. I need to frame this to make sure I'm on my work. Focus remains the same. It's the same material. And we are well centered there. So I'll hit start, we'll let it go. So there's our finished witch right there. As you can see, got a good nice dark burn on it. I'll need to strip the paint off of that yet and then put a cork back on it. Like this. These are self-adhesive. You can get these on Amazon. We buy them in boxes of 500, but they do have smaller ones. So there's one of the things you can do with a Nano Pro. Just to give you an example, it's perfect for making these 4-inch square, actually 4¼ inch square, ceramic tile coasters. So there it is. If you have a Nano Pro, or any other ways, or for that matter, this is how you get from this, or to this, depending on what kind of design you want. But you absolutely need to run a test to find out what your best settings are going to be. The Nano Pro does a great job there. This engrave here, I think, only took about 15 minutes, which is pretty good. So if you get anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. Be more coming up on the Nano Pro here. Of course, there'll be a link in the description if you'd like to get one from Longer. It's a good product. And there'll be some more coming up using the slider and the rotary, etc. So more to come. Thanks for watching. I'm Roger in the shop. See you in the next one.